Mentoring. So I'm a translator. That's how I started 23 years ago. I was a freelancer, a translator. I remember the first time I heard the word localization, I heard it from her. And I was like, what is this thing? It sounds like very engineering. You know, it sounded a little bit scary. And so I think I don't even know if I wrote her an email but that's how I learned about the word. The first thing I did, because I moved here from Europe, I moved to San Francisco. I found out about the Northern California Translators Association. So I joined, and within 6 months, they're like, would you like to be on the board? And so that's how I, started becoming a little bit involved with the translations lives and the community and stuff like that. I do have to say that the first years that I was, 23, my early 20s, it was a little tough, it was a new person here in the States. But quickly after, I realized how much I depended on other people who was going to give me that work, that I couldn't stay home alone, that I needed to network. I had my own localization agency, and one day I got a phone call from Cisco Systems saying, we hear that you have an agency, we're starting a team, we don't know what translations is, would you like to come and start a team at Cisco? And so this was in the early 90s, so I went in, I had no clue of what I was doing. And so what I had to do there is I had to start looking at other people like, Michelle, what is it that they're doing? And so you can't do this alone. The fake it till you make it works so far, but you actually need, friends. And as you grow in your career, you will not only have mentors, but you will end up having sponsors. Sponsor is the place to be. I like mentors. I like sponsors. I'll tell you a little bit of the things that I have learned over the years. And a mentor can be your partner, your husband, your wife. A mentor can be a friend, and a mentor can be definitely somebody. If you're in a work environment here in the Silicon Valley, it's highly encouraged to get a mentor. And your mentor, you need mentors inside your company. And you might also benefit from having mentors outside or a career coach, depending on what level you're at, okay? And it gets more sophisticated, and the higher you go in your career, when you become a manager and a senior manager and a director, senior director, and a vice president, boy, do you need people around you. So one thing is pick the right mentor. And finding the right mentor, it's hard because, number one, asking for someone to be your mentor is already a lot of work. If you're at a company like where I work, there is a mentoring program. But if there is no mentoring program, you kind of have to find somebody who will want to be your mentor, right? I have mentored a lot of people through these meetings. So find somebody here who maybe could be your mentor. And a mentor doesn't mean that you're going to go and have lunch with them once a month, but maybe it's somebody you can connect twice a year. I think you need to go with your gut feeling of somebody who's going to stretch you and who's going to be telling you the truth. Don't go with somebody who looks like you, smells like you, feels like you, and it's going to tell you like how amazing you are. You need somebody that will say, you're really good at this, and after I've known you for a little bit, I think you should work on this, this, and that. I think that's the type of mentor that I like. Let's say Mimi is my mentor. I'm so happy, so excited. Thank you, Mimi. What do I talk to her about? It's a little bit scary, right? Like, do I just go like, oh, Mimi, I'm just going to make it up. I just got a divorce and my kids are failing my exams and I don't know what to do and I need to change a job. Like, it's not a waste basket to go to your mentor. So you might want to show one problem at a time to your mentor. So you want to prepare strategically what's the best thing, you want to share? And a mentor is usually somebody who volunteers by the grace of their time and because they want to give back or for whatever reason, right? So just watch out on what is it that you need to work through. So maybe it is, I am at college and I have no clue which way to go. So pick one thing. Or I am at eBay and I want to go into consulting. Whatever it is that is happening, so choose one thing. The other thing with mentors is they're people, right? So you might want to spend a couple of times creating a relationship. You want to make, maybe you take them out to lunch, or maybe you go for a coffee, or you ask them about their lives. It can't be all about me, right? So many times I've sat there like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about? And this guy was just talking about his life. And then I'm like, okay, gotta go, bye. But it happens, so mentoring is not a super science, but, you have to, it's a little bit touch and go. I have spoken with people that have found the right mentor that's like, here's the plan and we're going to do, and you're going to take these classes and you're going to, go to this event. That is exceptional. If you find somebody like that, you've won the lottery. Okay. So having somebody who's very, very invested, that's gold. Like, don't let that person go. Okay. So the pre-work that you want to do is a little bit of thinking of, I am this person, and what is it with me? What do I want? Do I want to change jobs? Do I want to learn a new skill? So maybe I want to learn speaking skills. Do I want to learn graphic design? Do I want to be connected? Do I want to be traveling? Do I want to get out of the country? What is it? So make us a list, right? And then pick one or two things to work with a mentor. Has worked really well for me. And especially if you have mentors that have been there for years, you create a very nice relationship that eventually doesn't even need to be very formal, and you can email these people and say, hey, I'm thinking about this, what should I do? Okay. All right. So a mentor, and Sabine was talking a little bit about this, is someone who can guide you, who can be there if you're a little bit desperate, who can be there if you're not having a good day sometimes, but who might be more experienced than you and might take you, take these classes or have you talk to this person. A mentor could be a connector, right? There's a lot of LinkedIn, so sometimes they will connect you, etc. My favorite thing is to find someone who will be a sponsor. If a great mentor is gold, a sponsor, I don't know what that is. That's like, amazing gold. A sponsor will be someone who'll say, go and talk to that person. Maybe they have a job over there. Or come to that meeting with me. Especially if you're at work, a sponsor will grab you by the neck and will expose you to very difficult stuff, or will give you more exposure than necessary so that you can understand things that you couldn't otherwise. Okay, so that would be a sponsor. You need, I think, well, I don't know you guys at all, but I think you need a few mentors, because people change jobs, people travel, move out of town, and so it's good to have a few mentors. So pick 3, 4, 5 people in your life who are not in your family, maybe, that depending if you want to advance your career, are going to help you on different things. Maybe it's somebody who can connect you. Maybe it's somebody who can teach you how to write amazing emails. Maybe it's somebody who can watch you present. I just heard somebody yesterday, somebody from our work was explaining to me that she has a mentor who's amazing, made her prepare a presentation and made her stand up and, and he just sat alone through her presentation and then told her, you need to speak slower and you need to walk the room and you need to open your arms and whatever, right? So this guy was helping this woman, was amazing. So there's this a line between mentors and sponsors. Some people will be more involved than others. And some people want to be involved, and they'll start very strong, and then it kind of dies down. So it's a little bit up to you to keep it alive. And, hey, how is it going? How are you doing? And don't let it die, because these people are very important. Not all mentoring sessions need to be intense. I mean, I have gone to some of these guys like, oh my God, I can't believe it, and this sucks, and asshole here and asshole there. And the next one, I know, I need to be very nice. I'm like, how are you? How's your son? How's college? You know, so you need to, you know, kind of find a balance. Sometimes we're very upset in life, or sometimes you really need some help to break through something. But it can't be intense all the time. Otherwise, they, you know, they will see us as a problem, I think. So that's where I'm talking about the two-way connection. So I've seen some people really prepare very strategically how they're going to do this mentoring thing. They're like, in the first one, I'm going to prepare a PowerPoint about myself. You know, and I'm going to leave a little bit of time about, you know, who are you and do you have kids and stuff like that. And then the third one, I'm going to go really hard on a problem that I have. And then the fourth one, I'm going to be all chilled out. So it depends on who the person is. You want to, you know, pay attention to stuff like that. So, I'm part of a sponsoring team at my company, and we met with like 5 women that are executives. And so we were thinking, well, part of one problem that we see is that when women go to mentoring or sponsoring sessions, they kind of freeze. They don't know what to say. And so maybe something that you can explore today is, what do you say to your mentor? How do you approach it? And what are the topics? Because maybe you have juice for 2 or 3 sessions, and then it's like, and now what? You know, it's hard. It's hard to, you know, keep the relationship. And it's beautiful when it works. And it's beautiful when it works for a while, and then you don't see the person for a year, and then you just pick it right back up. And the best thing is when you can send an email to your mentor and say, I'm about to send this, how does this look? And you don't even need to explain much. And your mentor goes like, great email, go for it. So there's a lot you can achieve, right, with all of that. These are my top 5 things for you guys to think about.